Mercy here.
Joanna.
Yes, welcome back.
So today we have it's interesting, right? It's
Always.
an interesting topic.
What I say.
Okay, so today we are talking about strength, and by strength we don't necessarily mean
Physical strength.
Yeah, we don't mean physical. We mean emotional stability. We mean resilience, you know, in times of trial. We mean okuguma. Should I
mental,
say?
Yes, mental strength.
Yes, exactly.
The ability to adapt in all situations, regardless of the challenges that we are having, that we are facing. Because I mean, we're not in a straight world, full of ups and downs and everything. So how strong are you?
Yeah.
And where do you gain your strength? Where do you draw your strength? Yeah.
So in life, we obviously, you know, leave school and all that, but even still in school, there are a lot of challenges we face. We get older, we face more challenges. You know, I even saw a post, someone saying, growing up, people,
I would have stayed young.
I would have stayed young, you know. So there are a lot of, you know, things that come in, the bills, the career, the marriages, whatever it is. But then we are challenged in different kind of situations, right? So where do you draw your strength? Where do you draw that mental, you know,
and
resilience and
strength,
capability? You're moving forward regardless, you know. So where do you draw your own?
Because there are also a category of people who give up in life so fast, so easily. Like you find a even 15-year-old, 12-year-old child, and they are already wanting to give up on life. So yeah, so the fact that you have reached this far the Lord has brought us. Where have you drawn your strength from? Always.
You know how I love looking at things from way back to you know, growing up and all that.
Where did it come
I feel like
from?
when I think about it personally, when I was still in school, I feel like I didn't draw my strength from, you know, the usual. I think I drew my strength from, I want to make sure that I have to pass. I have to be the best. I have to make sure that I am the best at this, right? So knowing that I want to go to the next class, for me gave me strength to read harder or do more in my class, right? So
yeah, for me on my side, just to pick a leaf, I always pick strength from the fact that where we are as a family, as maybe like in the homestead I grew up in, I am not really satisfied with the kind of life that we are having. So I want to be better. Like I want to be the game changer in this. So I have to do it. I have to stand, you know, and represent. It's like I have to do it whether I want or not, because I want that good life out there, you know.
Yes.
So I kept on moving. I kept on doing all the things that I did, all the businesses that I did, all the things that I did that even failed. Because being strong doesn't mean that things, you're not going to get stressed, you're not going to fail. It means that you're going to go through them, but with a positive attitude. So it gave me strength, the fact that I have to do it. I have to represent.
Yeah. So that goes on to mean that we all fall, right? We all fall. Many people have done businesses, they have done this, they have done that. But the fact that there is a term I had, a hustler. So I don't know if most of you know what it means to be a hustler. A hustler is someone, when they fall today, in the next 2 hours they're up. So okay, so how can I do? You get?
Yeah.
Like
People nowadays think that having a business, self-employment is hustling.
No. Hustling is where
details.
Chino chigani. Okay, no problem. Let me get up. I saw a job. There's a job opening the other side. Yesterday. You get, and they get up immediately. So this person must be having a level of strength. So you could call yourself a hustler if you are not that kind of person. When something hits you, instead a hustler would even be like, man, It's as if they don't take things personal.
As if.
You get? It's as if they don't get things so personal. They know that when life throws a bullet this side, you have to dodge it this side, get up, find
it's like
your
as
way.
if they tell themselves, we have no other option. Like we gotta do it.
we gotta go. You know?
Yeah.
So now let us look at
Some of the things, It's actually some people get their strength from even their fellow friends. Like for example, you can find that you have friends that have gone through probably similar situations that you are going through, or friends that have even told you about certain situations, maybe from also their friends, and then maybe you're trying to compare situations and you're like, if the other Madam Gundi went through it, I think I can also manage. If this woman managed to do her business, to raise her children with this small business of hers, omudala gwenyanya oba gwa chapati, you know, whatever, then I believe that I can also do it with what I have right now.
In other words, people draw their strength from testimonies of others.
Exactly.
When someone has a story to tell, right? I want you to also put yourself in that category of every time you're going through a hard situation, picture yourself after you are a winner. How much of a story you will have, right? So draw that strength. Draw your strength from that as well, knowing that I saw that person, just like you said, I saw that person getting through it, so I guess I will also be a winner ultimately. So let me draw my strength from that, without fearing, but instead being resilient no matter what, because ultimately I always tell people there is no new problem.
Of course.
There is no new problem. Most of the problems we are seeing have happened before, they're happening now, they will happen forever, right? So the fact that people should stop the mentality of you see, I remember we did an episode about that, like being there, you're stuck in the moment, sometimes, most especially the older we get, you will know.
You have to, because problems left, right, and center.
Yes.
It's actually when you. I wanted to give an example of that attitude that you gave, of look at the good thing that is going to happen after. It's what I usually tell myself when I get flu. I'd be like, I don't get this flu, But then I think about, in 5 days I'll not be having it. Like, it's just a comfort for me in that moment that, don't worry, sneeze all you can, quite similar all you can, but in 5 days you will not be like this, so that gives me then another maybe another thing that we can draw our strength from, similar to what we have spoken about, is also our past experiences. You can have gone through, people have different problems, people have, like, when we listen to stories of people, you can realize that, God, I am really chosen. Like, why did you choose me? Because people are going through things, but one thing I realized is that no one's problems are random. No one goes through something without God, like God is trying to do something in your life. So your problems are not random. If you have gone through something, either make sure that you use this problem when you get out of it, use it to maybe share with others, or use it to also become a better self when you experience other problems. Because you can't say, sometimes what is funny is that the problem you go through is not the same problem that is going to come. Like how someone can get a heartbreak and then you're like, now I'm ready for all the heartbreaks. It doesn't mean that the next person is going to break your heart the same way, but at least you can help the others who are going to have the same heartbreak like you had the other first time. So we need to, some people draw their strength from past experiences where they are able, where they feel like, I was in such a ditch at that time, but if I manage to come out, then definitely I'm going to manage this one.
I think that is even the most outstanding one, God being above all, but that is one of the most outstanding ones. Usually there are people you see that have, when you look around us, people who are rich, the ones we see most especially in the, should I say, in the our parents' generation, should I say, when you look at them, most of them are people who really struggled at home to have an education, to do
better life,
yes,
change the story.
exactly. So what was pushing them was, I don't want to see that again
With my children.
yes, I want to be better for my children. I want to, you know, and that was their strength. Now that one is the most powerful one for me. I feel like when you've been through a hard time, you literally feel like the fact that I went through
Never wish
that
this for anyone.
yeah, I can go through anything. How did I even go through that? You know, and usually for me, I think it's one of the best things that pushes people to work harder, mainly in business, you know, even in relationships, like you said, right? So ultimately, strength is a good thing. Yes, you need to clearly outline where do you actually draw your strength from, you know, because the people that have had
And how far does the strength take you? Because there is giving you strength for only today.
yeah, of course.
How far?
Of course, because I feel like different situations probably require a different kind of
Strength.
yes, you know.
Yeah, like for example, there's a guy who said that for him, he draws his strength from his parents. So in my head, I was asking myself, how? I mean, then he said, I've been having problems. They are too hard. I'm very sure my parents can't solve anything. But just me calling them and telling them, Mommy, you know what, this and this and this happened. And she just tells me, don't worry, things will be fine. Like for him, that's enough for him. That's enough strength for him to go back and face his problem in a better way. So people have really, but how far is it going to take you? That's the point where
No, I'll keep on calling her.
you keep on calling. She'll get tired of
I'll
you.
keep calling.
She'll get tired.
So I think I've had that from most boys who are trying to push themselves out of poverty or something. You know, I've had that. Like in the mami wangi.
Chiba
I'm back.
Chiwede.
I'm
Actually, yes, a lot of men, I've also seen many, believe that their mothers are their good luck in life.
If my mother said yes.
If my mother said I do it, I'll do it. If my mother approves of this woman, I know she's the one.
And then that will push him. That will be his strength for a very long time. There is a post I saw recently on TikTok, and the guy said, you know, when I think about life, so we're all going to die.
So what's the point?
You know, and he felt like that is igniting him. It is energizing him to be better. I mean,
in fact, it's supposed to.
Yeah, it's supposed to demotivate you, right? But it was instead motivating him. He felt like, you know what? You know, before I end my own, I need to have contributed something
in this world. Yes.
You know what? Let me work harder, because, man, the fact that I'm about to die, I need to contribute something, you know. So people draw their strength from
various things,
even things you would not think about.
And then someone else can say that this world is a broken place, so it is humanity's job to fix it, and therefore they feel obliged to be a better person. They feel obliged to do better or to treat people better, to you know, because I mean the world itself, being in your homestead, you can have love, everything together, money, everything you provide for your children. But what about the world? Now the world is bitter, the world is sad, the world doesn't tolerate good people even. The world is full of evil, the world is, you know, it's all bad and full of you know, yes, kavuyo. So the fact that the world is a broken place, and it's our job to fix it, you know, to better. If in your capacity you can better someone's life, better it. If you can better your own life, you know, be better, live in it. Like, we need to be able to thrive in this world.
I think that is beautiful. I feel like that is even selfless.
So, having said all that, where do different people draw their strength? What about you, if I may ask, Joanna? Where do you draw your strength, and how far do you go?
Okay, so this one requires a drum roll. My strength as me is God.
Amen. Sister.
Sir, you know, there's a new song called Yes Sir. Sir Jesus. is my strength. I feel like there are so many promises in the Bible, so many promises that in alignment with strength, because maybe God really feels like we need it. We need it in our everyday living, right? You know, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You know, that
the joy of the Lord is my strength. So you're very sure that when you do good, you are strengthened. God is happy, and when God is happy, you are strengthened. Yeah,
the Lord is my strength. I fear no one. You know,
I will walk with you even when you are going through the deepest darkness. You know, do not be afraid. Like you feel like I have someone behind me.
Yes,
someone has my back.
I feel like most of us who are believers have experienced what it means to have strength in God. Somehow there are a lot of situations that challenge us mentally and emotionally. I've had people who have been okay just because they prayed, you know. They have been really depressed.
Pray and hope that
they have been depressed
for the best.
They're not mentally okay, but when they took it to the Lord, you know, the Bible says in 1 Peter 5:7 that cast your burdens. I mean, God is telling you, get it all, give it to me. You know, I mean, if that is not where you draw strength from, come on, guys, really.
So I actually wanted to add on that point, like when we spoke about, for me, I'll still speak about how far. I feel like God's strength is the unshakable source of strength.
Yes.
Like it's not one that's going to get done today. It's not one that's going to get done tomorrow. It's not one that's going to be there for a while. You know, it's still going to be there because there are a lot of Bible verses that are going to comfort you. There's a lot of God's promises, that is going to be there in every situation, and it will always resonate with you. So in that moment, when you realize that, oh, my problem is not random, oh, I know that God has a reason as to why this is happening to me, oh, you know, I know that there is, you know, joy comes in the morning, that you know, joy comes in the morning, everything is going to get better. It gives you strength and it never runs out. That's the most important thing, is that it will never run out. Today you go through this and he'll still be your strength. The next day you go through this and he'll still be your strength. But your parent, when you call them today, they'll be your strength. Tomorrow he'll tell you or you know, your friend may not really understand what you're going through. There are those things that you do not want to tell your friends. There are those things that you even feel shy to tell. Maybe they'll laugh at you, maybe they'll judge you or something like that. But those are the things that you can tell the Lord and he'll comfort you. When you pray, you feel that, I don't know if it's like a hope that I've prayed. Kanza kasita mugambi. Manyi oshegera like wegala kwetikula, you know, it's a place where you can cry to. He's someone that you can chill, you know, all that. You even echikuluma echiri munda chiri eringa, you can't tell no one on earth. Yes, he knows, and you can tell him and he'll not judge you and all that. So that unshakability that we get from God makes it feel like this is the ultimate source of strength, because even your parent, after her telling you that, oh, don't worry, she's going to go back to the Lord and be like, God, my son, ultimately, you know, please muyambe, you know, like ultimately everyone, like let the Lord, let God be your source of strength, because yeta gwam kando tezikira. So
let go and let God. The Bible also says Jesus is the same today, yesterday and forever, right? So wagenda omusanga, wagenda okubeera, he's always going to be available.
There's some things, actually I was thinking about that same thing, that there's some things that you can be going through and you want to use too much of your knowledge, too much of your strength, too much of your, like you're going God is there looking at you and saying, God, these are simple things. You know, these are things that, like, if only you had asked me, you wouldn't really put all that strength. You wouldn't really, you know.
you wouldn't even be wasting time with this person.
There's that video of a lady that I saw. They were coming from church. I don't know if they were coming from church, but what I saw, she was having a Bible in her hand, and then some guy wanted to grab her bag. They were two best friends. I don't know. That's how I interpret videos. So there were two best friends moving, and then the guy wanted to grab the bag. So they held the bag tight, and then they held the Bible and put it on the guy's head. Of like they prayed for this man, and eventually the man surrendered. He knelt down and was like, I feel like that is too much strength. That woman knows that katonda ajja kunwanirira newoba mu bingo olina byambe newoba ngaolina like when you know your God. 11 Daniel 11:32. When you know your God, you have that firmness. You know him firmly, and you can do exploits. So ultimately, we would like to encourage you guys, go back and think about where you draw your strength from, and if it's dynamic, if it's something that changes, then think about it. It's not bad to get your strength from different things around us and all that, but what about that ultimate, the core, the foundation of the building? So you really should make sure that your source of strength is dependable
and available, always available. So that's us.
That's it from us. Bye.
Bye.